Welcome to Paramount Investigative Services. I'm Ken Childs, licensed private investigator with 25 years of experience, 7,000 workers' comp claims under my belt, and 3 of them were prosecuted for fraud. With that said, I'm going to cover the 3 types of work comp claims. Number 1, retaliation claim. Ooh, exciting. Number 2, the dishonest claim. And 3, finally, the real claim, the legit claim. Let me tell you a little bit about what they are and possibly how to or best practices on how to defend them. Number 1, the retaliation claim. Sadly, that's when someone's really unhappy at work, or maybe things were going well for them, but then they ended up getting a bad review. They decided to just go ahead and leave. And before you know it, 2 days later, you got an attorney letter putting you on notice that they're represented with like 7 specialists. Like, yay. Congratulations, you just bought yourself a retaliation claim. The best way to, in my opinion, to defend those is ample notes. You have to pepper that file with either their awards or reprimands or what have you, and you have to document everybody's files up to date. And then continuing what you do after the claim has been filed as well. Make sure you get with your HR person and you guys come up with like a good plan of attack. Then further, how to defend it. I honestly, if you sense and smell something's bad and you feel it really is a retaliation claim, I would actually consult with an investigator quickly. Reason being is we want to get at that before, they shut down their social media or possibly talk with coworkers and get some statements, on how these people were, 2 days ago, 100% fine. And then all of a sudden now they got this like cumulative like trauma injury claim, yay. So we want to go ahead and maybe go at it like a little quicker than most. And with that, they're probably going to start looking for a job and, get some sort of source of income. The second claim we're going to talk about is the honest claim, the legitimate claim. And sadly, I know you're not going to want to hear this, but I do believe you should investigate those claims. Not because you believe that they're dishonest. You just want to make sure you're getting what you pay for, right? The person was elderly, picked up a 5-gallon bucket of water, slipped, fell. Take care of them. Send them to the doctors. Again, document your files. And then maybe have an investigator go out there a couple months later, see how their recovery is going. It's worth the extra couple of bucks. You never know. They may surprise you, and then you can maybe get them back to work, or later on in the future, you could bring that case to a positive resolution with a couple days of the surveillances that were performed. Lastly, the dishonest claim. Bum, bum, bum. Those claims you have to aggressively attack. You as the employer, the TPA, the attorneys, when a claim smells bad. And all these red flags are going off. Let's get out there immediately. Let's look at their social media. If it's shut down, to me, that's a clue that they've already been approached by their attorneys. Shut it all down. And don't think applicants' attorneys aren't doing this. You're kidding yourself. They are. And then number 2, if statements are possible from coworkers, please take those. And as soon as possible, the fresher their memories, the better their recollection's going to be, and the closer to the date of injuries or the incidents, the better. Now, when it comes to surveillance on this, it's what we do. So I would say more surveillance, the better. Let's go immediately after that claim has been filed, or even if you're getting like a whiff that they're potentially going to file a claim, let's get some surveillance. Let's see what they're doing. And these people best. They've got like a little side business where they're washing cars or somebody likes soccer or their kids like soccer and the person's a coach. Let's go see if they're still doing these activities, right? Let's get that on video. I think that's a pretty much good approach to like how to handle these claims from them. Now let's go into like the actual like types of investigations. I already mentioned the social media, right? Like that today is clutch. A lot of our cases are being squashed with social media because people are posting like their activities and they even forget that they had posted it. In fact, we even had one claim. It was a $3 million case. And the biggest part of the claim was that this person could no longer like wear high heels. And what do you know, through scouring some social media, we ended up getting a video or a picture of them in Vegas strutting and what appeared to be like 5-6 inch stilettos. So you better believe that damaged the claim. On top of that were some other investigations along with that. So we just discussed the social media. Let's move on to statements. The reason why statements are so powerful is because, hopefully this, it could be a large work environment. Let's say it's a kitchen, for example. You got a slipper, trip, and fall. You want to go ahead and like get statements. On that day, either nobody remembers what happened and or they do remember what happened. The person did slip, they did fall, they appeared injured, they took, an ambulance ride to the hospital, what have you. That's great. Go ahead and support that too. Take care of these like legitimate claims, right? But if it is not legitimate and you have that additional tool at your fingertips, do it. So now think about it. You have statements, you have social media. Let's move on to surveillance. The reason why surveillance is so powerful is because you're getting insights into this person's actual day-to-day, right? Here it is. They're claiming that, whatever, XYZ injury or cumulative trauma, and they can or cannot, and these are the list of things they can't do, blah, blah, blah. So it goes on. But then here we are, we're out seeing what this person does. Now they could be home, they could very well go out and do exactly what they're claiming they cannot do, right? They literally filed a claim, spoke to 5 specialists, and here it is, you've got them out like 2 weeks later, or a deposition 2 weeks before or after, 3 weeks before or after the deposition. And now you have video of this person saying, or just after they had said that they cannot do A, B, and C, and now you have video of them doing something that's even more strenuous than what they just stated that they can or cannot do. And that's going to help you resolve that claim, hopefully get it thrown out altogether. So the realistic approach to all of this is to, in your mind, let go of the whole like fraud. Oh, we're going to get them. I know this case is fraudulent. Sadly, I've been doing this, like I said, for 25 years. I have at least 7,000 cases under my belt, and 3 of them I have had personally like prosecuted. And I've testified in court dozens and dozens of times, and I've only had 3 of them where they were prosecuted. So the problem with that is California is a zero fault state. Anybody can just file a claim for any reason, right? And you're the employer, it's your fault. Good luck with that. So in order to prove fraud, you actually, it's a higher standard. You actually have to prove intent to fraud when it comes to workers' compensation claims. So that is why I say, let go of the whole mindset of fraud. Let's work on the investigations and get you to a more positive resolution where either the claims get stopped, they either go back to work or what have you. Finally, I'd like to close with attorneys, TPAs, hey, employers, stay away from those big box brands, right? You have these large corporations and they're taking up all these like massive contracts. And the problem with that, you got a great couple people working there. And the problem is they have to fill these orders, right? And let's face it, the employment state of today is awful. So what ends up happening is you have these large companies, massive contracts, and you have these huge claims, and you have rookies out there in the field working your multi-million-dollar lawsuits. So I don't think you want that. So TPAs, attorneys, go with a local trusted small mom or pop, such as Paramount. And that way you've got one-on-one access with either the case manager and or even the investigator in the field. So with all that said, this is how I recommend you handle your workers' comp claims. That's a little insight as to kind of the overall, and then how to, and then what the realistic expectations are. Thank you for watching. Oh, and if you do need our help, don't hesitate to call. You can reach us at 213-733-3333.